What's going on, guys? It's Derek here. Welcome to the video. In today's video, we're going to be going over some of the takeaways from the book How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. I'm going to break it up into 3 parts and stuff. I've read 80 pages. There's, make sure I'm correct, 250. So we've got 80 done. We'll do 80 again, and we'll do it next week. Let's get started with this. The first takeaway, is criticism. Criticism is something that we all need to learn to deal with, because in life we're definitely going to experience it and stuff, and how we respond to it, it's everything. And instead of condemning people, let's try to understand them and where they come from. We got a little notepad here just in case I forget where I'm at, so I'm still learning. This big chapter book right here, it's hard to remember everything, and it's one of the first books I've read this year, first of many I'm going to. Definitely learned a lot so far, but anyway, back on topic. P.F. Skinner proved through his experiments that animals who are rewarded for good behavior perform better at what they do than animals that are punished for bad behavior and stuff. Also, figure out why they do what they do. That is a big thing. Understand why the person does that. Kind of similar to what I said a while ago. And the next takeaway I got for y'all is dealing with people. Sigmund Freud, who is the founder of modern psychology, by the way, says that everything we do springs from 2 motives: the sex urge and the desire to be great. Everybody wants to be great, and that's something. Everybody has their own hobby that they want to be great at. But not everybody is willing to put in the work it takes to get there. It takes a special kind of person to perform at a high level, if that makes sense. And John Dewey's deepest urge in human nature is the desire to be important, who is another famous psychologist, by the way, and he's the most prophet, I think I said that right, and a philosopher as well. What I see and stuff. If I ever get any of this wrong, and y'all read this book already, feel free to correct me in any way. I'm open to hearing about positive criticism and how I can improve and stuff. Appreciate y'all. And here's another takeaway I got. Some of the things most people won't. There's 8 different ones. I'm going to go over my top 4. Health and longevity is one of them. Everybody wants to be, most people want to be healthy and have a long life, live as long as they can, experience life. And second is money and the things you can buy with it. Everybody wants to have money and do things with it, spend it, whatever. Next one, the third one, is feelings of importance. Everybody wants to have a feeling of importance. like it talks about in the book here. One of them was King George the Fourth, I believe it was the fourth, how he wanted to be important and stuff, and things he done. Where are we at here? And get back on track. Let's see. The next is talk about what they want and how they can get it, instead of telling people what you want, because if you do that, tell people what you want, they're most likely not going to do it. It talks about here in this book, it was this one guy, it was his landlord. He had raised his rent triple the amount, and instead of telling him what he wanted, he sent him a letter about the disadvantages and the advantages that he would have from lowering his rent and stuff. And the landlord ended up lowering the rent for him, and in the end they was all happy and stuff. Henry Ford once said, the ability to get another person's point of view and see things from that person's as well as your own help you gain a better understanding as well of others and stuff. And also, they talked about Miss Anderson wrote a letter to bank how she could help them and their wants. And guess what? 11 out of the 12 banks that got back to her about being interviewed. And she did that by telling the banks how she could help them and focused on their wants as company. And it really shows you what that can do when it comes to that or anything. You can apply that to anything, fitness, job, you name it, sports. The next thing I got, they have different principles as well. I hadn't went over them. Principle 3 is arouse in the other person an eager want. You can make friends by being interested in people than trying to wigwag others, into becoming interested in you. You can make more friends in 2 months by doing this than in 2 years by trying to get people interested in you. A rule that I learned for myself is the 80-20 rule. Talk 20% of the time, and 80% of the time listen to the other individual people that you're talking to talk. And I'd be asking questions and stuff, which is very helpful, and you'll see a big difference when you start doing this. Trust me. And also, Alfred Adler, who's another famous psychologist, says that the individual who is not interested in his fellow men, who has the youngest difficulties in life and provides the greatest injury to others, it is from among such individual all human failure springs from. Which is very true. I included quotes in here. The quotes, to me, is inspiring, and I know inspire many people to become better versions of themselves and stuff. Let's see here. The last takeaway that I got for y'all is first impression. This one might be the most important one out of all these takeaways I went through. Smiling is the best way to make a first impression on people. The professor from University of Michigan, James V. McConnell, who's a psychologist, by the way, said people who smile tend to manage, teach, and sell more effectively and raise happier children when they have kids. It costs nothing to smile. It happens in a flash. It's like a split second. It don't take no effort to do it. So just do it. It can't be bought. It's good for anybody to have, whether that be a teacher, accountant, you name it. Good to have. And these notes really helped a lot. Abby's, I'm glad that I took the time to write this out. It helped me substantially. I appreciate y'all guys so much. I know I say it a lot. I really mean it when I say it. But we finished that up, going over the takeaways and stuff. I enjoyed talking about that book. I'll enjoy more next week talking about it. I hope it reaches a lot of people and stuff and inspires y'all to start reading as well. But now we're going to be headed to the gym and get a little workout in. I'll see y'all there. What's up, guys? We made it to the gym. It was pretty good getting here. Yeah, we're going to get this workout on. Got the tripod right here to film for us today. It's awesome having it. I don't have to ask anybody to do it, which I don't mind asking. But anyway, let's get this workout on.
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something.
Gains, bro. Workout complete. Good workout today. It's raining out here a little bit and stuff. I also just got a little food right here beside the gym. There's a couple restaurants, but yeah, I didn't film in the restaurant because they was playing music in the background, and I don't know if I can get copyrighted from that. Let me know in the comments if they can copyright you or not, so I'll know for future videos and stuff. But I'll see y'all at the house. We made it back home, guys. It's a little chilly out here and stuff, but I went back home and gotta get ready for school tomorrow. I'm filming this part on Wednesday. I usually break it up into 2 different sections. I filmed the other part on Monday. The video goes live tomorrow, Thursday, and stuff. But I hope y'all enjoyed me going over How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, summary of it as the takeaways and stuff. This is going to be the end of the video. If you enjoyed, be sure hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on, because I'll drop a new video every Thursday. I will talk to all of y'all in the next video.